everyone! So today I'm here to share with you some of the awesome books that I read during the month of August. I have 5 books to share with you today, so let's just get into it. So the first book I want to share with you today is The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James, and this is like a sci-fi horror book. I read this when we did a little road trip down to Portland. I read it in the car. It's a super quick read, and it definitely leaves you turning the pages. So in this book, we follow a girl named Rami who was born aboard a spaceship called the Infinity, and after she was born, through mysterious circumstances, we find out her parents have died. So she is all alone on this NASA mission heading towards a new planet for humanity to live on. The only people that she has access to is actually her therapist back on planet Earth, so she is very, very isolated. She finds out at the beginning of this novel that there is a new spaceship being launched from planet Earth that is going to catch up to her own, that it has like new technology on it, and she starts bonding with somebody on that spaceship named Jay, who also turns out to be a mysterious figure. Like I said at the beginning, this book is so mysterious, it's super creepy. Like, it definitely has horror movie vibes. I would love to see a movie of this, even though it would be really, really terrifying. I think this is also a book that could be read even if you're not a huge fan of sci-fi, so I definitely recommend it. So next up I want to talk about Legendary by Stephanie Garber, and this is the follow-up to Caraval. In this book we follow Tella instead of Scarlet, and it really feels like an entirely different story. There is a second Caraval happening in this novel, and Tella decides she needs to participate in order to earn Legend's true name. Now, I don't want to say too much more than that, but I really, really enjoyed this follow-up. I think it's a solid series and I cannot wait to get to finale. So next up I have an adult novel, and that is Special Topics in Calamity Physics by Marisha Pessl. Now, a lot of people on BookTube especially know Marisha Pessl for writing Night Film, and this was her debut novel, I do believe, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. This book we follow a girl named Blue Van Meer, who is a high school senior, and she's kind of lived a nomadic life with her very kind of charismatic and intellectual father. And she is starting at this new school and becomes kind of entrenched in a new group of friends and their kind of obsession with a teacher named Hannah Schneider. It definitely has the Secret History vibes, if you know about that book, but this one is set in high school. And I actually want to read a little blurb off the bat because I had a hard time kind of getting my thoughts around this, but what this is actually about. So the sentence reads, "A sudden drowning, a series of inexplicable events, and finally the shocking death of Hannah herself lead to a confluence of mysteries." So this book is very involved, and it's all about Blue trying to kind of discover that there's something a bit wrong going on with this group of friends and with this teacher, and really what is happening in this high school. I really, really liked it. It had me, like, I was craving reading it when I wasn't reading it. I know it has kind of mixed reviews, but I definitely like it. I think if you like really involved mysteries that aren't like gory and too scary, you'll really like this one. So next up I have the third and final book in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. At the beginning of this trilogy, you find Fitz as a young boy, and in this third book he is a grown man. So you follow quite a bit of Fitz's life through this trilogy. I can't say too much about it as this one definitely has major spoilers for the first 2 books, but one of my goals for this year was to read some Robin Hobb books, and now that I've successfully finished this first series, I very, very much enjoyed it. Robin Hobb has dozens of novels, and I'm super excited to jump more into her work. Very much enjoyed this. Adult high fantasy. I think if you like the likes of Brandon Sanderson, you'll probably enjoy this as well. And the final book I want to share with you today is my reread of Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. So the girls and I went to see The Darkest Minds in the theater, and we really enjoyed the story, and I was the only one who's actually read the entire trilogy. And when the movie ended, which I believe is quite faithful to the books, I couldn't remember exactly the events of Never Fade, so I wanted to go and immediately read the second book again. I enjoyed this thoroughly, probably almost as much as I did the first time around 4 years ago. Super fast-paced, great dystopian, love the characters. I just absolutely fell in love with this world. I can't wait to reread In the Afterlight as well, and then I can finally get to The Darkest Legacy, which is a zoo book, and I'm excited for it. Alright, so that's just 5 of the books I read during the month of August and really enjoyed. Let me know some of the books that you really liked this month in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Happy reading, and thanks for being awesome. Bye!